Turning 40 and desperate for love. Ngozi had always dreaded this day. Another year had gone by and she was still stuck in the same place she was last year. Her friends were all married with grown children and here she was, about to turn 40 and still single. She couldn't help but wonder when her life would truly begin. She was tired of the endless cycle of dating and constantly lying about her age. No one knew she was about to turn 40. She had spent so much money and time trying to maintain her facade of being 33 years old, but her younger sister would always expose her lies every year. As she woke up on her 40th birthday, Ngozi received a car gift as a gift from her married lover, Obinna. She was grateful for the gift, but deep down she longed for something more. She wanted to settle down and start a family, but Obinna would always go back to his wife every night. It was tiring as she couldn't understand why he wouldn't just leave her for good. He would always make excuses and promise to leave his wife, but he never did. Ngozi was tired of waiting as she felt like she was running out of time. She even visited a gynecologist to freeze her eggs just in case she couldn't find a suitable man. On her birthday, her friend Sarah came over with a cake and balloons, trying to cheer her up. But Ngozi couldn't help but feel sad and disappointed about her life. She confided in Sarah about her struggles to find a good man in Lagos. Sarah reassured her that a time would come and they had planned to go out and celebrate that night. Ngozi dressed up in her sexiest outfit, excited to go out and forget her worries for the night. As she was parking her car, she caught the attention of Solomon, who was instantly drawn to her beauty. He tried to talk to her, but she ignored him. He then remembered that he had driven his sister's car to the club and decided to use that as a way to catch her attention. Ngozi was impressed by his car and they struck up a conversation. They exchanged numbers and Solomon promised to call her the next day. Ngozi couldn't believe her luck. She thought that this could be a chance to find a good man and settle down. But as she got to know Solomon more, she realized that he was not as wealthy as she had assumed. He was a smooth talker and a master manipulator. But Ngozi was blinded by her desire to finally have a husband. She spent a lot of money on him, hoping that he would eventually propose to her. But after 6 months, Solomon revealed that he had no intention of marrying her and left her heartbroken. Desperate to keep Solomon, Ngozi turned to her friend Sarah for help. Sarah suggested that they go to a Baba who could use black magic to make sure Solomon wouldn't leave her. Ngozi was hesitant at first, but her desperation drove her to agree. They traveled to a remote village to meet Baba Ifa, and Ngozi was given a powder to use whenever she was with Solomon. Ngozi followed Baba Ifa's instructions and used the powder when she met Solomon. She then told him that she was ready to settle down and wanted him to propose marriage to her. But instead of a happy response, she was met with laughter and rejection. Solomon made it clear that he was not interested in marriage and they were just having fun. He warned Ngozi not to bring up the topic again and left her house. Ngozi was devastated and didn't understand what went wrong. She immediately called Sarah and explained the situation to her. Sarah advised her to go back to Baba Ifa and explain what happened. Ngozi was desperate and drove to the village alone. When she met the Baba, she felt a strange attraction towards him. She couldn't control herself. Baba took her phone and told her to wait for him inside. That was the last time anyone heard from Ngozi. Sarah went to her house the next day and was told that she had just gone out. When she tried calling her, her phone was switched off. Worried and confused, Sarah contacted Solomon, but he hadn't seen Ngozi in a week. She then went to Baba Ifa's village, but he denied seeing Ngozi. It was like she had vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, Ngozi had been living with Baba Ifa for 6 months. She cooked, cleaned and slept with him. She was instructed to stay in his room at all times and was not allowed to contact anyone. She couldn't remember how she got there or who she was before meeting Baba Ifa. He had even taken her car and was cruising around the village with it. No one knew or saw Ngozi until 6 months later when she gave birth to twins for Baba Ifa. Ngozi was completely under Baba Ifa's control and had no memory of her past life. 5 years passed and her family had given up hope of finding her. But one day, Sarah stopped by to complain to Baba Ifa about her husband's behavior and saw Ngozi outside, sweeping the compound. She called out to her, Ngozi, Ngozi, but Ngozi didn't respond. Sarah was shocked and went to the nearest police station to report what she had seen. She explained that her friend had been missing for 5 years and she had just found her. Police went to Baba Ifa's village and he was arrested. He claimed that Ngozi was his wife and Sarah was just a jealous friend trying to ruin their home. The police believed him and let him go. But Sarah refused to give up on her friend. She transferred the case to another police station in Lagos and informed Ngozi's family of her whereabouts. They arrested Baba Ifa again. After questioning the neighbors, they found out that Ngozi had been living with Baba Ifa for 5 years and no one knew her or spoke to her. Ngozi slowly started regaining her memory when she saw her parents and her children. She didn't know how she got there or what happened to her. She took care of her children and learned the valuable lesson about trusting strangers and the dangers of black magic. Baba Ifa was charged with abduction and kidnapping and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Ngozi was reunited with her family, and although she had lost 5 years of her life, she was grateful to be back with her loved ones. She promised never to let desperation cloud her judgment again and to always listen to her instincts. The end.